adventure is about experiencing new people, new cultures, new horizons. About learning who you are in relation to the rest of the world. 7 people come together to travel thousands of miles across the globe in search of adventure. The expedition is also a Parkinson's fundraiser. Every kilometre they drive raises money and awareness for Parkinson's disease. Starting from San Francisco, California, the expedition team heads down into Mexico and Central America. They continue driving to the tip of South America, where the cars catch a ship to Australia. The team cuts across the outback, hops over to Singapore, where they follow the route north through Southeast Asia. Then they swing west into India, up into China, and across the Siberian wilderness. Finally, they drive through Alaska, Canada, and back home. Coming up on Odyssey.
So, I'm gonna get a nipple pierced. Oh, bitch, that hurts.
The team spends New Year's on the equator.
That's a big hope.
Then it's off to Peru, where they meet their biggest challenge yet.
What do we have here?
A very big rock in the middle of the trail.
We're really gonna need to move big rocks.
I don't know how smart it is.
How we can move this rock.
I mean, we can
Can
do
they
it,
keep
but
their cool before someone gets hurt?
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
Feliz Navidad. Oh, oh, oh. Santa wants to come in. His little sidekick has come to say Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas Day, and the team is in Quito, Ecuador. They've taken over the local hostel as they wait for their vehicles to be shipped from Panama.
Kiss me, Dobby. For Christmas. Should I knock? 'Cause I'm here in Quito, Ecuador.
Get him off here. Yeah. Please.
We're gonna have a ball all day long. It's Christmas time this year.
Dude, that's awful.
You think that's awful? Produce something better.
Not at this hour in the morning, man.
Okay, hang on. You need to get some hands. You're having a lot of tension in your neck.
What the temperature is, big one thing?
Right here. I think about home a lot, and not my home, because I have no idea where my home is, but where my parents are, you know, my brother and my friends. I just wonder how they're doing, and I miss them a lot.
Take the gummy Santa.
Let me see what's drawn on there.
Hey, that's cool. That's awesome.
Look at how big my ears are. That's like a monkey. I probably spent the last 7 Christmases overseas, and this was my favorite one because I sort of had this surrogate family with me, and we had this great meal, and I felt more at home than I have at any Christmases to my recollection. I have a toast. I'd like to make a toast. First off to Peter.
No.
And also, quite simply, to togetherness, because that's what holidays are all about.
So, I'm gonna get a nipple pierced because it's traditional when you cross the equator, if you were a sailor, to get your left ear pierced, but I used to have an earring. I'm not quite into that anymore, but you know, nipple piercing, what the hell.
I think this is the place to do it.
Son of a bitch, that hurts.
There you go.
Oh, he's getting on the flies.
Does it still hurt?
A little bit.
You want to do the next one?
Oh, let me get a picture of that.
Call this one Justin's bloody nipple.
This one won't go in the vlog.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias. Thank you for putting a hole in my nipple. And Mom, don't hate me for this one. So am I gonna set off metal detectors now?
While we were hanging out without our vehicles in Quito, Justin and I decided to go up and see the actual equator.
All right, so looks like the equator is open for business. We're gonna walk up and check out the monument and the obelisk.
This is surprisingly entertaining. You know, Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere.
I'm in the north, I'm in the south. I'm in the north, I'm in the south.
Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. It's sort of like a one-joke town, because if you follow the line in here, you have the Equatorial Church. Which offers you more choices than your average church, having the northern hemisphere side of the sanctuary and the southern hemisphere side of the sanctuary.
Then that would be the Equator Jesus, because you can see that the cross is hanging directly in line with the equator.
Well, that was Equator. We had our last little moment in the north, and it'll be many months before we get back up into northern climes.
Yeah.
Here we are in Guayaquil, Port Guayaquil. We're trying to find our containers right now that have our cars in them, and those are not our containers. So we have two that are kind of that brownish color over there, and we've got the numbers, so, oh, maybe this is one of them.
So the containers are still sealed, which is good. This is the moment of truth. Yeah, we got our vehicles back.
No broken glass.
Looks like we made it to Ecuador unscathed so far. Engine started, no problems. Actually, Nancy's window was down all the way, which is kind of weird, but nothing seems to be missing, so here we go. More bus riding for us.
Coming up next, the team celebrates the new year, Ecuadorian style.
That's a big hope.
I have gasoline and a knife.
It's December 30th and the team is ready for New Year's, but the team's navigator, Justin, is concerned about the schedule.
We need to plan out the route from here to Buenos Aires and compare that to the grand schedule, because I think we're going to find that, you know, we are still staring at a solid 14 to 18 day slip in the schedule right now.
We're determined to leave on the 1st. There's no negotiating.
Is January 2nd absolutely not possible? Seems like a safer option.
No, I don't think we should.
I support that based on what people said about people being like totally, they throw rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
For the next several weeks, they're going to be throwing rocks at cars.
Why?
So the sooner we...
Well, I talked to Isabel about that, and she said it wasn't much of a big deal now because the
new president's
people like very supportive of local population.
Everybody should be packed before you go out tomorrow night.
Especially once we're going to drink, so that we can just pick you up with your luggage, throw you in the vehicle, and be done with it.
Yeah.
Sí.
Año viejo.
Sí, sí, año viejo. Sí. Buen tradición.
Sí.
¿Cómo te llamas usted?
Ana y él es Jefferson, él es mi hijo.
Mucho gusto.
Yeah.
Gracias. Yeah. So those were some local Guayaquileños named Ana and Jefferson. They were making a huge, they call them muñecos, or these statues basically that they burn at the new year. And the whole point is to burn out all the bad from last year and move on into the new year. Tonight's gonna be like 4th of July without police and authority meets New Year's in Madison Square Garden. It's just gonna be mad people blowing up stuff everywhere, going nuts. Alright, let's go check out some Años Viejos. Tweety. ¿Cuánto cuesta para Tweety? 3. Hacer. Pagar, sí. $200. $200. Alright, look at that little kid. That's a big hope. That'd be cool to burn him up. Some huge bombs.
Dice que piden $600.
$600.
600.
That's the Incredible Hulk, probably the best old viejo we're gonna see. It says it took him 2.5 months to build it, starting October 15th. Craziest thing though is if no one buys it, they save it till next year. That's horrible. You gotta burn it. Worst night of the year. Poor cats and dogs. Booming, loud sounds. All right, I think we're gonna get the little sumo woman. I don't know what they are. Little big woman. Which one's the most beautiful? ¿Quién es ella?
La gorda bella.
¿Una qué?
La gorda bella.
La gorda bella. The beautiful fat girl. All right, let's get this lady. Ella. Gracias. All right. Look at that. She can even hold me. What's up, fat lady? You're beautiful. Yeah. All right.
Jesus, this is insanity.
We were in a suburban youth hostel in Guayaquil, Ecuador. Everybody in the neighborhood had bought these effigies. And so every 20 meters there was this flaming, Incredible Hulk and firecrackers going off. We're driving around the world for the adventure of it, of course, but the goal of our trip is to raise money for Parkinson's disease. So Nancy and Isabel, the woman who ran the hostel we were staying at, spent a lot of time making a effigy of Parkinson's out of balloons and paper mache and pink paint, and everybody was very proud of it. And then Nick says, hey, we need to focus our anger on this Parkinson's effigy. So without even thinking, I just went up and kicked the Parkinson's effigy as hard as I could.
Hey! God damn it!
I just don't know what got into me.
And later we properly destroyed it, but Nancy still gives me a hard time about that because I destroyed her long project.
I have gasoline, super, and a knife.
Oh, Jesus!
Happy New Year, Neil.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Coming up,
What do we have here? A very big rock.
I don't know how smart it is.
the team heads to Peru and faces their biggest challenge yet.
That was definitely the easiest border crossing we've had yet. We just had to fill out one form and we're done. We are in Peru.
Passing the Nazca lines, the team pushes through the Sakura Desert of northern Peru.
It's a desert. Bushes are at a premium here.
I feel like shit. It's about 90 degrees outside and I'm shivering.
Unfortunately, I think it's just a little bit of flu that's going around, and there's not going to be a whole hell of a lot I can do. Our first really sick person has a fever of 101.9, so we're going to see if we can fix him up a little bit while we're on the road till we get to the beach. It is Tuesday morning, and we're heading off to Cuzco, so we're still kind of battling team sickness all across the board, which is going to make today's drive a little slice of hell for each of us because our route's actually going to take us up to about 15,000 feet within the next couple of hours, so don't be surprised if your head feels like it's going to explode. kind of a bit of a health mess right now. Some people it's cold, some people have diarrhea, some people it's fever.
Let me see what you take.
I'm taking little bumblebee pills.
Do you remember like the day after I had my fever, the next day my hand, like I couldn't even use it. It was like I had this excruciating pain, and it was right when I started taking that. It's pretty calming up here. It's very serene. All the people are very laid back, and every single person that we drive by makes it a point to wave to us. So we're on our way to Cusco. We should be there within a few hours, and we're excited to get there.
The morning drive goes smoothly until they decide to make an excursion in the mountains.
A couple of pigs in the road. Pigs in the road. Over.
Watch out for the chickens, over.
They soon find out that animals are not the biggest road hazards in Peru.
What do we have here? A very big rock in the middle of the trail. I think we can winch this rock out of the way and it'll clear the path for people who need to get through. Before we can winch the rock out of the way, we have to get a car around here. And to do that, we got to move some of these bigger rocks. Slowly back up. That's too close for my comfort. You can back up more.
Right now, Todd's scraping away the rock to try to give us an extra inch. That's how critical it is.
Whoa, watch out, watch out.
Okay, I moved the rock.
Todd's chipping pays off. With one vehicle around the rock, the team prepares to winch it off the road.
If we actually move this rock, it's probably going to stuck us on the cow side. So we're not going to tell Hefe this, but what we're going to do is set it all up to move it, and then we're not going to move it.
You saw how hard it was for our car to get around. It's going to be really hard for other cars to get around too.
Okay. Well, let's try it and see what we think. But
Yeah.
if there's any possibility of us getting stuck on this side,
Yeah, then we won't do it.
then we can't do it.
I'm just kind of standing back, and they know if they need me, they can call me. But I'll just watch and see how things transpire.
I don't know. I don't know how smart it is.
These situations are going to come up on our trip. We're really going to need to move big rocks every now and then. This is good practice. I mean, I'm not Captain Ahab. We don't have to move this rock. If everyone says, let's not move it, then let's not move it. One, two, three. All right. I guess we're going to leave.
MICKEYMOUSE, Mickey Mouse.
With the lead vehicle safely back around the rock, the team encounters another problem. Chipping the rock has made it extremely unstable, and now it's a hazard to local foot traffic. Neil asked the locals what they want to do.
Okay. All right.
Let's push it.
Push the rock.
Pushing the rock. Pushing the rock.
Oh, baby.
Whoa!
5 hours later, the rock is finally off the road and the team makes it to their destination, Cusco.
So it's about 6:30 in the morning. We are heading to Machu Picchu. This is one of the highlights of our trip for sure.
Woo! Look at that. Yeah, that's a dangerous spot, right?
Yeah.
Whoa! Look at this.
Tubing with a six-pack.
Oh my god.
Just look at those boulders. I tell you, hitting one of those, that would ruin your day.
I think we were attacked by one of these in Panama.
Dude, I have a ticket to see some bears
I'm gonna see bears and Machu Picchu.
This is pretty epic. This is awesome. It blows my mind how they can like bring all these stones up here and build this up at the 8,000 feet with these jagged, really sharp mountains. It's beautiful. It's really powerful.
You can hear the river.
On the next Odyssey.
All right, we are in Puno, Peru right now.
I guarantee you, if we drive to Antofagasta, nobody's going to want to get up at 6 a.m. to leave.
Here in the middle of Chile, and we don't have gas.
I don't see anyone out. I think this town has some secrets.
Welcome to the end of the world and the end of the road. This is as far south as you can go.
For more adventures, visit odysseyshow.com.